In a battlefield ruled by rifles and machine guns, screaming artillery, and deafening roar of tanks, one weapon doesn't give a about your rules. It kicks over your sandbags, takes your girl, pisses in your trench, and leaves you questioning all of your life choices. Up close, personal, and overwhelmingly devastating. Welcome to the chaos of the trench gun. So before we jump into the actual gameplay, I wanted to talk a little bit about the weapon itself, the M97 Trench Gun. If you're not interested in this, just skip this part of the video. The trench gun was designed in 1897, thus its name, M97, and it was designed by an American weapons inventor, John Moses Browning. A very familiar name to a lot of people, as he was behind the designs of some of the most famous weapons in history. While doing research for this video, I found an interesting fact about the trench gun, which really caught my eye and I found really funny. M97 was very popular among American troops during World War I, especially for trench cleaning operations. Its large clip size and high rate of fire, paired with the damage it was dealing, actually caused the Germans to protest the usage of this weapon. They quoted the Hague Convention on Land Warfare, specifically saying that it's forbidden to employ arms, projections, or materials calculated to cause unnecessary suffering. So in a conflict that saw the first usage of weapons of mass destruction or tanks, it was a shotgun that actually triggered one side to officially protest the usage of it. Yep, but that's enough of this. Let's jump into the gameplay and see what this gun can do. So the trench gun is available obviously only for the United States, and it comes in two different roles and builds. You can get it either by playing Assault Level 3, which is called Veteran, or, as it was the case with me, you can get it as Level 3 Engineer, which is called Sapper. When I started playing, I completely ignored the role of Engineer, but then I figured it must be really cool to run around the battlefield with a bag full of explosives, and that's when I started to grind towards that Level 3 Engineer. And let me tell you guys, playing Engineer is just so rewarding and so satisfying. It's probably my favorite role right now. It's just such a diverse gameplay, and you make a lot of contributions towards the entire team's success. And as an added bonus, you can run around the battlefield with a shotgun which literally blows your enemies into pieces. Not to mention that you can leave little gifts here and there for the enemies to run into and get blown up. And if you're not careful and don't leave safe distance, you can also blow yourself up, which actually happened to me during that particular playthrough. That was the first time I placed satchels. Yeah, and it was not fun. Okay, but back to the topic, back to the trench gun. So the first thing you guys need to know about me is I am really bad at aiming and lose most of my one-to-one duels. Now I knew this trench gun is gonna perform well at close ranges, but I was surprised how well it performs. The great thing about it is that you can actually just aim the gun at the general direction of the enemy, and if he is close enough, you're gonna score a hit. And if you're really close, it's gonna actually blow the enemy into pieces. Now, I'm not sure how realistic that is, probably not much, but let me tell you, it's a lot of fun. What's not fun, however, is if you fail to land that first hit, you're like a sitting duck, and the enemy has the time to take you out. So even if the gun does compensate your poor aim, you still gotta be half on top of your game to make sure to score those kills. I think what I found most rewarding while using the trench gun is basically if you manage to slip a little bit behind enemy lines, you can really do a lot of damage. And that's not only, you know, by simply taking out the enemies, but also laying down mines or laying down satchel charges here and there to really frustrate the opponent, or just execute some good old shithousery. Yeah, and enjoying yourself. It's a lot of fun for sure. Never forget what Captain America used to say. Always reload your shotgun, soldier. Somebody was not paying attention. So I was pretty sure that at close range it's just gonna be fire, but I was really worried how this gun is gonna perform in mid to long range. And after giving it a shot, no pun intended, it really surprised me positively on many different levels. It's actually far more accurate in those mid-ranges than I would expect. It's, again, if you just shoot the projectiles in the general direction of the enemy, you are likely to cause damage. You're not gonna get a kill every single time, but you will be able to at least incapacitate the enemy for a moment. So again, I'm not really a clutch shooter here, but I was able to really hold my own in various different situations, as you can see on these short clips, where the enemies were 40, 50, sometimes even, above 50 meters away from me, and would still be quite effective. Yeah, and as you can see, most of these hits, they are obviously not kill shots, but they do enough damage to, kind of tip the scale of the current encounter in your favor, especially if you're not alone. And this is a bit counterintuitive, because when you think about shotgun, or at least when I thought about shotguns, I was thinking, 5, 10, 15 meter range. Anything beyond that is just, wasting ammo. And that's not the case in Hell Let Loose with the trench gun. And this one is pretty insane, because I actually scored a headshot just shooting straight into the bushes, not seeing anything. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Okay, and the last topic we need to address is long range on this gun. So, we're not gonna discuss long range on this gun because it's like discussing swimming techniques of a rock. It doesn't exist, and you know what? That's perfectly fine, because this gun was not designed for long range combat. If you're looking for something that's effective long range, you gotta go with other options. So, to wrap things up, I hope I've shown through this short video that the M97 in Hell Let Loose is actually a cool weapon to use. I've seen a lot of opinions on the web that it's pretty shitty, which I totally disagree with. I think the gameplay is really fun. You can do a lot of good things and a lot of damage with the weapon itself. And we need engineers on the battlefield. It's a call to action to everyone that never tried this class. Play engineer, it's important, it's fun, and you get to blow people up using a shotgun. How cool is that? That's all I've got for you today, guys. I'm really interested in your opinion on the M97, so leave a comment and let me know what you think about this weapon. If you enjoyed the video, I would really appreciate if you'd leave a like. I'm Gartrix. Cheers, guys.